Greetings, I'm Toby from Lapis 210. Today we're going to talk about Matchpoint USA's Rapid Retention System. What is the R2S, or Rapid Retention System? Essentially what it is a universal system that allows retention of weapons, equipment, or even electronics and other devices such as sporting goods or construction equipment. And it allows you to retain those devices and to also just as easily deploy them from retention. So meaning if I have something stuck in here, locked in, I can just as easily withdraw this device and employ it. The Rapid Retention System is the culmination of my 20 plus years in special operations and contracting. From my time working in the medical field in the 18 Delta course, breaching, descending, and ascending, I found there was a need to retain a weapon, not just a pistol, but a rifle or tools, electronics, other equipment that would allow me to quickly store that device, but just as equally be able to employ it and get it out. When you examine the R2S base plate, it allows you a modular system of mounting. The hole pattern on the back allow you to mount the R2S, Matchpoint USA's proprietary systems such as belt loops, the amp grid systems, to blade tech, G-code, and virtually any other thing that you can think of that will fall within the pattern constraints of the back of the R2S base plate. You can choose between locking and non-locking. You also have universal or utility clip. This allows you to mount the R2S at different angles and mount that subsequently to pieces of gear such as bolt cutters, Halligan tools, chainsaws, quickie saws, angle grinders, whatever you can think of. The 90-degree allows you to mount this to the top of any Picatinny rail of a rifle. There's adjustable height and depth, so you can mount the cleat itself further forward or back, and allows for the easy access of storing the weapon in either a locking or non-locking configuration as seen here. The system is easy to install. I can simply unscrew the screws, put this onto the pick rail, and snap it in place. Once it's in place, as seen here, I now have retention for the rifle to store on the body, on a vehicle platform, the wall, virtually anywhere I can mount these base plates. There's a multitude of ways that you can mount the system. As seen, you have adjustable belt clips. You have the adjustable base plates for both locking and non-locking. You have the amp system, which is a gridded system that you can mount the R2S at different angles. You have belt loops that you can mount at different angles as well. And you can also mount the R2S, again, with corresponding competitors such as Blade Tech, G-Code, or virtually anybody else that you can think of. As you can see, the R2S is a very advanced system. Well, the idea is very simple. It's a robust system constructed completely of 60 series aluminum. It allows for easy access. The idea that I can store a weapon on my body quickly and still have access to employ it is absolutely priceless. The ability that I can mount it to vehicle platforms, onto a wall, into a safe, into an aircraft. It doesn't matter what it is, a boat. It doesn't matter. It allows near universal application, both in the mounting of the plates and the mounting of the cleats. In terms of your application with, say, breaching equipment, breaching shotguns, electronics such as radios, tablets, it allows the application to store that device, again, virtually to any surface you want that the base plate can mount to, which is, again, almost virtually endless. Again, this all came from my time in special operations and contracting. I needed something that allowed me to simply retain my rifle out of the way and not have to fight with my kit or with the sling and still give me instant access to that firearm or that piece of equipment. If I need to use a breaching tool, I gain access to mechanical breaching through a breach point. Normally what happens is we take that tool and we ditch it at the what you call the breach site. If we need that tool later on, we come back with a partner, we pick it up and we bring it back into the house. With the R2S, if everybody has a base plate mounted to the back of their kit or on their belt, I can simply take that piece of equipment and store it on someone else's back after I've gained access and I'm waiting to get into the hole. I've gained access, team members are going by, I take my tool, snap it on the back and go. Meanwhile, my rifle's slung, but it's also locked into my R2S. That means it's out of the way, it's not flopping around, I'm not muzzle striking, or for that matter, flagging anybody. It's simply right here, ready to go at a moment's notice while I'm holding that tool. Tool locks in someone's back, rifle comes back out, and I'm back into action. The R2S is the greatest step forward in retention we've seen in decades. While the sling is meant to retain the rifle to the body, it doesn't guarantee that it's going to stay put. The R2S isn't a solution looking for a problem. There's a problem and the R2S solves that solution. That's maintaining quick and immediate access to store a device, store a weapon, store a piece of equipment, and ensure that it stays put. When the rifle is locked into the R2S, whether it's the non-locking or the locking variant, it stays put. Geometry and gravity work with you. If you're working with the locking mechanism, you can't simply tug it out. You're fighting metal on metal locking. When the rifle's locked into the body with the R2S, The level 2 locking mechanism is spring-loaded, so it ensures that that rifle stays put. If I pull in that rifle, it locks the locking mechanism into place. I cannot depress it if I have tension on that locking device. That ensures that it can't simply flop out, slip out, or be broken free. If I release tension, I push and hold the retention system, I pop it out, it's instant access, absolutely no friction. The system works 100%. It is a combat-vetted system. It's been in use now since 2013 in both theaters, Afghanistan and Iraq. It has subsequently worked perfectly without issue, and I can say 100% is 100% viable. Being used in both Iraq and Afghanistan throughout the prolonged war that we've been in, it's worked 100% of the time and is 100% combat effective. So you need to ask yourself, if you're relying on just a sling or other kind of wonky ways to maintain the control of your muzzle when working with both hands, or when storing your weapon, finding good ways to keep it in place and keep it in place where you can get it out quickly, then the R2S is the actual solution. There are a lot of competitors out there that honestly don't measure up. This system, particularly under the guise and control of Matchpoint USA, has been refined to a point of near perfection. There are a lot of competitors that offer similar systems, but they're not going to compete at the same level. They don't have the same geometry, they sure as heck don't have the locking mechanism, and they don't have the combat validation that our system does. So, do yourself a favor. Go to Matchpoint USA. Take a look at the product. Look at other videos, do your own research, but this system, I can promise you, will not disappoint. It will be 100% combat effective. It will definitely suit your needs. While it doesn't solve every issue that you'd have in terms of retention, it does allow the sling to remain just a sling. It retains the rifle to the body. But if you need to retain the rifle in one spot so that you can work hands-free, or you need to store the weapon, the R2S is hands down the only system. If you're looking for something to deal with tools and electronics and other equipment, the R2S is going to change your absolute life. No longer do you have to rely on just a nylon pouch to stick something into. The R2S takes it to the next level. It makes the access to that device faster, more efficient, and more secure. So go by Matchpoint USA. Take a look, do your homework, but I can promise you the R2S is the solution you're looking for in terms of retention. It can be on your body, on a vehicle, your safe, the wall, wherever you want to put it. The R2S will give you unparalleled retention and immediate access. Thank you for coming out and checking us out here on Lapus 210. Again, Matchpoint USA, Rapid Retention System. Good night.